Are we? Are we live?
We are 2/3 alive. Welcome, everybody, to this very special episode of the I Went Outside Today podcast, and Happy New Year! This is one of your three hosts, Chris.
This is Sheryl.
Hi, I'm Sydney. Schmappy schmoobschmear.
And Happy New Year, Sydney.
Schmappy schmoobschmear.
Schmappy schmooshmear.
Yeah.
Sydney's been drinking, as you can probably tell.
Have not been drinking.
That Fiji water's got not Fiji water in it.
Maybe. Don't out me as drinking bottled water. That's a planet criminal.
What? I'm drinking canned water.
Yeah, but aluminum is better for the environment, I think. I don't know.
I mean, that's where it came from.
You can melt it.
You can melt plastic.
Yeah, but it's not good for the environment when you melt plastic.
Yes, no.
It's gone off the rails.
I blame Sydney.
I didn't do nothing.
So, Sydney, do you remember what we did last year for our New Year's episode?
No.
Do you remember boards being made?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what those boards were all about?
Vision boards.
And do you know what visions you were having?
No, because I feel like I really didn't want to make one.
Well, that was evident. If you listen back to our podcast from this time last year, I kept asking you why there was a giant empty space on your board.
To leave room for possibilities. To be open to things.
It's all coming back.
See.
And yet, to be open to things is something you have valiantly fought against.
To be open to good things.
And there are no good things in your
There's some
book.
good things. You're just not good at picking them.
Well, I'm insulted. I picked the puppy yoga.
The puppy yoga was real good.
Mm-hmm. I figured for this episode we would go over our predictions from last year, our vision boards from last year.
Okay.
Sheryl and I have also come up with a new thing for this year. If you remember the other day, Sydney, we texted you what you would want most in the world.
What did I say?
$9 million was one of them.
Oh, yeah, $9 million. So did you give me $9 million?
We will help you get $9 million.
I hate this teach a man to fish crap. Just give me the $9 million.
It's not that, don't worry.
That's bullshit.
But let's get caught up on our vision boards, see how everyone's doing on theirs.
Am I supposed to have mine? I don't.
I wrote it down.
Good.
I know you're never prepared.
Excellent.
I bet you don't even know where your board is.
Didn't I make a digital one?
I made the digital one.
What did I make?
Oh, maybe she did make a digital one.
I would still say I don't think
did
you
make a
even
digital
know where
one.
your board is.
You made a real one.
And then we both made a digital board of you.
Yeah, you tried to peer pressure me into getting married.
It wasn't peer pressure. It was
peer
vision
pressure.
boarding
Yeah,
you
we
into
just
getting married.
we just wanted you to have that possibility.
Scam. Marriage is a scam.
I believe that's what you said last year too.
Yeah, some things don't change.
I think you can stop being mad about it because of our Friday the 13th episode. We've ensured you won't get a husband for 7 years.
Oh, yeah, from other tricks.
So I believe we'll go in the order that we presented them last year. Cheryl's board, she went first. First thing Sheryl put on her board was that she wanted to learn more and figure out her educational situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you've made that happen?
Kind of. I'm still in weird limbo because I'm taking a degree program that no one actually thinks that I can complete 100% online. So kind of figured it out. We'll see.
Are you going to do the whole thing online, or would you go do a course in person?
Well, the university I'm going to is in Simon Fraser, so if
So
I
you can't go do a course in person.
well, I mean, I could, but I would be leaving Chris with the zoo for 5 months.
Ugh.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen, but I'm doing a course at a time, so I'll be in school till I'm 50. So maybe by that point, they'll have more options.
Yeah, gotta stay positive.
In that same vein of education, you also hoped not to have to do math in school.
Oh, yeah, I did skip that. I don't have to do math.
Well done. You also wanted to spend more time journaling.
Yeah, I didn't complete that as much as I had hoped, but I do spend a little bit more time journaling.
You wanted to figure out sleeping.
Yeah, that's still an issue. I recently spoke to 3 doctors in different occasions, and I finally got a referral, and I haven't heard anything, so who knows if the referral is real. I might be back to square one.
They'll say that they'll call you within X amount of time.
Yeah, and they did not say that.
Oh.
You wanted to organize your yarn collection.
Did not happen.
You hoped the shag carpet would go away and we'd do some home renovations.
Shag carpet is still there.
Why did you make us do this? It's just depressing.
Because the idea behind, I think I may have explained it in the episode when we did it. The idea behind the vision board is that you make it and then it's out into the universe so that the universe will make things happen.
What's up with this carpet universe?
We had to replace the hot water tank and fix our car. And what was the other thing?
The fence came out pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
But the fence was planned this year.
Yes. The other two were not. And they also both happened within 7 days of each other. So that was also not fun.
Damn.
So the fence is sort of a renovation. The new shiny hot water tank is a renovation for our laundry room.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
You wanted to find out more about family history.
Also did not happen.
Wanted a work raise.
I took a pay cut of almost $1,400 a month, so also did not happen.
I'd say that one's disqualified because you went to a different company. Although also to do with money and things that didn't happen, a podcast to make some money.
Yeah, it did not happen.
You wanted to do one unassisted chin up
Still hasn't happened.
and get a second doggy.
Also did not happen.
So Sydney, you left room for the possibility of good things.
Yeah.
Did you let those good things into your life?
Yeah, I got a sad lamp and I don't feel like dying this year. So that is a good thing.
So you got a lamp.
I got 2 lamps actually.
You got two,
I got a lamp for home and a lamp for the office.
You're 2 lamps richer now.
I'm 2 lamps richer. And they're
Good job.
both sad lamps. And I think, well, we're having a really weird winter. So I'm waiting to find out if maybe the reason I feel like doom and gloom and dying in winter is because of the snow. So, but I've been in a way better mood.
That's good.
So either I am actually on the side of climate change or the lamp is working. We won't know until we get a heavier snowfall.
So what you're saying is that you drinking water out of a plastic bottle is just a way of forcing climate change so you can have no snow?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Because I don't know, like, maybe I am just emotionally allergic to snow. But I feel better.
Good.
I feel better than last year.
Good.
Yeah.
You wanted to make more money in your career.
I did make more money in my career.
Well
Well
done.
done.
Yeah.
2 for 2. You also had a collection of animal pictures for us to acknowledge they're good animals.
That does sound like something I would do. What animals? What was I feeling?
Well, there's definitely pigs on there.
Yeah.
Pigs. I still have not petted a pig. I think I'm just going to go to the zoo and pet that pig even though I'm not supposed to. Because I don't, where else can I go in this world to pet a pig?
You could get a job at a hog farm.
Ugh.
The U of A does have pigs.
Yeah, but they're for science.
Sure are.
Because I worked at the place that receives the pigs, and one day this guy just burst in and he said, "The pigs are very upset. They're biting each other, and there's blood everywhere, and I need you to call someone." So I'm really happy I don't temp anymore, because really just more questions than answers.
Well, your next thing on your vision board, and you might have to correct my pronunciation. I'm not quite sure what you referred to. You wanted to get a CompTIA Plus certification?
CompTIA.
CompTIA.
That's,
Okay.
I did not get it. I'm in the same spot in that course that I probably was last time we talked about this, or not much further ahead, because some parts of it are really boring. So then I enrolled in a different Coursera course called Learning How to Learn. So
How's that going?
good. I'm learning how to learn, and I'm
Good.
learning about focus mode and diffuse mode thinking,
Nice.
and just working out my trauma around learning before I return to the CompTIA certification.
Well done.
You're learning to get around your learning trauma.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You wanted to learn to code.
No, I can't code.
You wanted to get over your driving phobia.
I am working on my driving phobia.
Well done.
I drove to Spruce Grove and got ice cream.
Well done.
You wanted your crypto to grow.
It is growing.
You wanted to organize your pantry.
It's worse than ever. It's also worse than ever because all the Christmas stuff is in there.
You wanted to lose more weight.
No, I had a bad year for weight loss. I only lost 7 pounds this year.
You lost weight. It counts.
7 pounds is like 7 pounds less. Yay.
If I cut 7 pounds off of you right now, it would hurt.
If you cut a pound off me, it would hurt.
So there you go. You had the pain.
I don't
And
know
now
if
it's all
that's a
gone.
good argument, but yes, I have only lost 7 pounds.
It is an excellent argument.
I'm plateaued.
And then you had I think it was a cat on the board, and it said "have fun."
I don't know what that means at all.
Did you have fun?
With cats recently? There's this one cat I like called Chublet
Aw.
that I've petted.
Aw.
Does that count?
Yes.
Okay, you did it.
Crushed it.
So after yours, we did the board Cheryl made for you to do more computer training.
Yeah, it didn't really happen.
Mm.
Well, some of it happened by force because my coworker quit. So
That was me. I did that. I put
There
it on
you
my
go.
vision board.
Cheryl's been working behind the scenes.
thanks so much for that.
You're
It's been
welcome.
really healthy for me.
She wanted you to be happy in 2023.
I am in a better mood than I was last year.
Nice.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Yeah, you stopped saying life is trash every second sentence.
It's not currently trash because I got my 2 lamps
Well done.
and I got new boots on sale. I'm very rich in boots right now
Well done.
because I have Uggs and Sorels.
She wanted you to get a trip to the mountains.
I didn't go to the mountains. Still working on that driving phobia.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually very hard to get to our mountains on public transportation.
Yes, it is.
And we should campaign against the wrongness of that. Could we just get a fucking train in this province?
We do have a train.
But like a good one that is accessible and easy to use. It's expensive.
It's expensive. That's the issue.
like a regular train, not a fancy train.
To see a raccoon in person.
I didn't, and I tried really, really hard. I did see a dead raccoon the other day at the Butterdome Christmas market.
Oh.
thing. Like a raccoon pelt.
Oh, okay.
Not
So,
a dead raccoon.
That came true.
I petted it because I just was like, the live ones are so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went out east to Ottawa and Montreal, I searched very, very hard for a raccoon. And everyone was like, they're everywhere. Just like, and then no one could tell me where to see them. And then I never saw one.
I would like to point out that in the last little while, we've actually started to find raccoons in Alberta for the first time.
I hear they're
Oh,
dying in the winter, though.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
all because of your vision board.
Maybe.
They're attracted.
Mm-hmm.
The law of attraction is attracting raccoons.
But I just like their little hands.
Yes, they're very cute.
There was also for you to get a turret house.
I didn't get a turret
Oh,
house.
well.
There was also a desire for you to get a 3% raise on the vision board.
I don't know how to do math, but I did get raises.
So we'll say yes.
Yeah.
She also said crypto gains.
I got them crypto gains.
Excellent.
They're unrealized gains, but I got them crypto gains.
Also on the board was to pet a pig.
I didn't pet a pig.
Well.
To get a place where you're not living in a dark basement.
Nope. But I got a sad lamp.
Yeah, well done.
I just brought the sunshine inside.
Mm-hmm.
For good things to come.
Yeah.
And your future husband farmer.
Did not get a future husband farmer.
Well, I tried.
There was a horse on the board, and you were very upset about this horse.
I don't like horses.
Then we got to my vision board. So visit Stonehenge. We did.
Oh, yeah.
Very fun.
Didn't you say that everyone else was bored at Stonehenge?
I don't think anyone else planned for what Stonehenge was going to be like when they got there.
Yeah.
But you guys did. You had a little picnic, right?
To learn sign language, which I did not even start
No.
in the slightest. Connect more with family, which I've done a little bit. Spend more time with friends, which I didn't get to do as much as I was originally thinking, but I still did stuff.
Good job.
I did try get you more times with friends for your birthday.
That was very nice. Be creative and make more stuff, which I've done.
Yep.
Learn more guitar, which I've picked up my guitar once in the past year.
Crushing it. I was just thinking of learning guitar again, too. But I have stubby fingers.
Now you can be guitar friends.
Guitar friends.
I had cinnamon buns on there,
Mm-hmm.
which we've had quite a few cinnamon buns this year. It was very, very nice.
We have.
Sydney with a fish holding husband.
Didn't happen.
Again, listen to our Friday the 13th episode for why that didn't happen.
Rude.
And why it won't happen for 7 years.
That's fine.
So, vision boards are only about, I'd say, 25% successful.
Yeah, if that.
And you can't really predict what you actually get out of that 25%.
More pigs next year, hopefully.
More pigs.
So this year, we decided that what we want for the next year, we should achieve by means of witchcraft
Yes.
and magic.
Yes.
Which is why we asked you what you wanted most in the world, so Sheryl and I could track down a magic trick, or not magic trick, a magic spell, in order to make it happen.
Excellent.
So we did it for you. We also came up with our own personal things we wanted to have happen this year, and we looked up the appropriate spells for that as well.
Yep.
We got all the magic supplies, and we are going to do them now.
Excellent.
We're going to do some magics. Hence the circle in our living room.
Oh, I stomped through that a bunch of times. I didn't know what that was for.
That's fine. Freddie was laying in it.
I even fucking wondered if it was for witchcraft because it just seemed like some shit that you'd be up to.
It is.
Really, it's there just so we could have a visual circle to work with.
Yes.
In the spell, it just says you make a protection circle, but
'Cause
it
it done
doesn't say with
demons.
what. But I figured for the spell that requires it, we would need a visual aid for the actual circle itself to know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Aren't we supposed to be in the protection circle?
Whoever's casting the spell will be.
Mm-hmm. So, Sydney, do you want your $9 million now, or do you want to wait?
Now?
So you'll go first.
I regret it.
You
I
can
will-
change your mind.
What if I make a mistake at the spell?
Demons.
Then you owe $9 million.
Excellent.
Sydney, can you describe what you see in front of your very eyes?
A green candle with being held up by 2 binder clips and a plate and a spoon and matches with a bird.
A red bird.
A red bird.
Correct. The binder clips are just because we don't have a candle holder for tapered candles.
Like $1 at the dollar store. but
Well,
okay.
so we went to the dollar store trying to find green candles, and it was a whole fiasco because apparently
Oh,
people
Christmas.
don't want to make green candles.
I would have just thought sold out for Christmas.
What were the other things I just set in front of you?
A dig-in stick.
You've done so much gardening, we can tell.
Listen, you worry about your own gardening knowledge and I'll worry about my gardening knowledge.
Your poor mother, she keeps gardening, and you haven't learned anything.
No, I don't do the gardening. And a leaf and a Sharpie.
That is true. So, to start the spell, Sydney, take that Sharpie and on the leaf, write $9 million.
Okay. This is kind of hard to write on, I think.
Well, you better figure it out.
Do you think I have to write it or spell it? Like the
Either
number
way.
9? Do you think it matters?
Just make it clear that it's $9 million.
I'm going to spell it.
Okay.
I'm going to do... I feel like it's not good.
Does it say $9 million on it?
Yeah, but the A's kind of jibbled.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, place the leaf underneath the candle.
Are you going to get mad at me if I start a fire in your house?
We put matches in front of you.
There are 3 adults in this house right now.
I'm, like, not really an adult, so...
Light the candle.
I thought I was supposed to be in the circle.
No, that's for a different spell.
Okay.
Take the match and light the candle and focus on your intent for $9 million.
For what I'm going to do with it or just for having it?
Just for having it.
Just for having it. Light the candle and focus on my intent.
Yep.
I don't really like matches.
Okay, now focus on the candle on getting that $9 million. And you need to keep thinking about the $9 million until I tell you to stop. Think about all the things you could do with $9 million. How many pigs you could buy with $9 million.
Think about the turret house you could buy with the $9 million.
How many pigs could fit in a turret house? Keep focusing on the candle.
I'm focusing.
$9 million, Sydney. You don't want to lose out on $9 million. You gotta think about it having in your sweaty little hands.
I don't have sweaty hands.
$9 million. A kingly sum. Be queen of the pigs.
Pig.
Look at the candle.
I am looking at the candle. You look at the candle.
You just looked at me.
You're ruining this spell.
You just lost 1% of that 9 million. Eyes open on the candle. You're not done yet.
You still need to focus on 9 million.
Chris is distracting me.
That's what brothers do, though. He says if you focus on Chris, you might end up with 9 million brothers.
Yeah, you don't want to blow it. Think of how hard Dad would have to work to give you 9 million brothers.
You're not helping.
You want $9 million, just like it says on the leaf. Think about how you could hire professional organizers for your pantry with $9 million. No scratching your face.
I can scratch it if I want to. Am I supposed to stare directly at a candle flame for this long?
You're supposed to be focusing on it
How do I focus if I don't stare at it?
with your intentions. There's $9 million at stake here, Sydney.
I mean, you could stare slightly below the flame if you don't want to stare right at it. If it's hurting your eyes.
Think about where this money could come from.
How long do I have to do this for?
I'll tell you when.
Okay.
Like maybe your worst enemy dies, but they put you in their will by mistake.
I don't have a worst enemy that has $9 million.
And they had secretly won the lottery right before they died, but they put all of their fortunes and they're going to give it to you.
Well, I feel like it's really going to be more of a crypto situation.
Look at the candle.
I'm looking at the candle. I'm looking at different parts of the candle so that they don't feel left
No,
out.
you looked at me. Look at the candle.
You are fucking up this spell, bro. You're a bad witch.
$9 million Canadian. You could go travel to New York City and see Hamilton live
I
on
think it's a new
Broadway.
cast now.
Look at the candle.
I think it's a different cast.
You could buy a mountain.
Can you buy a mountain for $9 million?
I don't know, but I'm sure somebody's tried.
Could you Google it?
Sure.
Thank you. A good mountain. Not a bad mountain. I would really appreciate if you take my ADHD into consideration before you make me do these things.
$9 million, Sydney. Your ADHD can wait for $9 million.
I'm getting bored.
Not much longer now. Anytime you get bored, just think about where you're going to store $9 million in your house.
I'm going to keep it in a bank.
You're going to put it under the mattress.
No.
Great.
I don't like cash. It's dirty.
Maybe in a big silver suitcase. Maybe in a storage unit like Walter White. $9 million, Sydney. Look at the candle.
I'm looking at the candle. I'm looking at the bottom of the candle so I don't feel left out.
You just looked at me.
Because you're making me mad.
So you can buy a mountain. You buy the piece of land that the mountain's on for like $1 to $2 million.
Which mountain?
You could buy Witch Mountain.
Sheep Mountain.
Ooh. To have sheep on it?
$9 million, Sydney. Focus.
$9 million.
Look at the candle.
I'm looking at the leaf.
You're supposed to look at the candle.
It's not my fault.
Focus on your intention of $9 million.
You're not helping.
You could buy a mountain.
I could buy a brother that shuts up.
Put a big fence around it and have pigs climbing all over this mountain. $9 million buys a lot of hog feed. Just a scooch bit longer. And then sometime this year, you will get $9 million if you did this spell 100% correct.
I feel like it's gone wrong.
Keep thinking about the $9 million. Okay, and now take that spoon and snuff out the flame. Do not blow out the candle, Sydney.
I don't know how to snuff out a flame.
Just do...
There you go.
I don't appreciate having to do a flame snuffing on no notice.
I gave you notice right before you had to do it.
I did it.
All right, so the last portion of the spell, you grab that digging stick, as you call it,
Digging stick.
and pull your leaf out from under the candle.
What?
Just take your leaf out from under the candle.
How?
Just lift
Just lift
up
the candle.
the candle.
It's gonna fall over.
Will it? Here, I'll do it for you.
Yeah. No, you don't use the digging stick. You use your hands.
Oh.
You dummy.
You said use the digging stick.
No, I didn't.
I said pick it up. You picked up. All right, you could do that, but it's not going to work for the next
What I
part.
thought you meant.
Just spooning it up
You
like you're
said
about to eat leaf breakfast.
Use a digging stick. I'm doing it. Do I have to go outside?
Yep.
So now you have to take the leaf outside and bury it. And I think if you just went into just the front of the house and buried it under the gravel, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because I think the dirt is pretty well and frozen by now.
Yeah.
I'd rather be poor.
No.
So you've stared at the candle for like a crazy
So
amount
long.
of time.
I didn't know what the digging stick was for.
And now you refuse to bury it for $9 million.
I'm doing it. I'm going.
This is why you're poor.
You know what? Worry about yourself.
This is exactly why you're poor.
This isn't why I'm poor.
Okay.
I put it under some rocks.
Good job.
And we'll leave it there.
But only after I tried to dig up your lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Or was I done the spell?
All you have to do now
Oh shit. I patted a dog in the middle of the spell.
is enjoy the satisfaction when the universe creates a way for you to have what you want.
I went a little sideways. I don't know if that was a $9 million performance.
I would also like to point out you didn't specify $9 billion in what currency.
I said Canadian in my head, but
But you didn't write it on the leaf.
dollars is only so many different. I wrote $9 million on the thing.
Well, so I looked up the poorest country in the world, and it's Liberia. And they
But do
also
have
have dollars. So 9 million Liberian dollars is 65,000 Canadian dollars.
That's not so bad.
Yep.
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good.
Either way, you're getting a ton of cash any day now.
Mm-hmm.
Will you get all at
But I
once?
petted that dog in the middle of the spell.
That means he gets $9 million.
Oh no.
The spell was ended when you
Buried
buried the
it?
leaf.
Okay, good. Also, people were outside trying to walk their dog while I was trying to jam a digging stick into your front yard. I just thought I could use all my body weight, but like the ground is really
Yeah, it
frozen
is really
solid.
frozen.
Yeah, that's why I said it was okay if you just put it under the gravel.
Well, I don't do anything by half measure.
All right.
That was very boring. I would like more stimulating spells in the future, please.
Well, this next one should be more stimulating. Would you like to do yours, Cheryl?
Sure, I can. I gotta look it up.
And guide you through it if
Sure,
you like.
that works for me.
So Cheryl wanted a spell that would get her a new job.
Mm-hmm.
She's been applying,
And applying.
but she's not getting like the good jobs that she wants.
It's a bad market right now.
I have a few jobs that it says that it's in progress, and then nothing has happened in months.
So for this spell, we'll need 3 candles, an orange candle for charisma, a purple candle for wisdom, and a yellow candle for positive life changes. We'll also need matches or a lighter, and 1 handheld bell for attracting positive energy.
I want to ring the bell.
Sydney, you'll probably want to assist Cheryl in her spell casting.
Can I ring the bell?
Cheryl has to ring the bell,
Stupid.
but you can hand Cheryl things. Okay, so to start, you'll want to be at the northernmost point of your space in the circle, which is where the ball of the yarn is. And to begin this ritual, you cast a circle of protection, which we've outlined with the yarn. And you're going to begin to walk a clockwise circle around it 3 times. And you'll need to recite this. I'll read it to you and you can respond.
Okay.
So as you walk clockwise circle around it 3 times, you'll say, I call upon all spirits of goodwill
Call upon all spirits of goodwill.
to protect the work done in this circle.
You gotta go outside the
Protect
circle.
the work done in this circle.
This space is sacred and cannot be breached.
This space is sacred and cannot be breached.
And that's it. Now,
And we're just gonna be outside the circle of protection like a couple of idiots?
so Sydney, if you can go over and hand Cheryl the 3 candles.
Sure, I'll just go outside the demon circle. Sorry, what do I hand her?
Hand her one of the 3 candles. So you'll want to arrange your 3 candles on the edge of your circle, making like an equilateral triangle. The way you arrange them depends on your particular job needs. There's charisma, wisdom, or positive life changes, which was the 3. And your most important candle goes on the northernmost point.
Okay, well then that would be important life changes, so that was the yellow.
And then the other 2 should be placed in the southwest and southeast points. So make your triangle. Alright, so you'll need the matches and the bell for this next point. And stand in front of the northern candle.
Okay.
So ring the bell loudly 3 times. And light the candle. And repeat after me. May the powers of positivity
May the powers of positivity
guide my path as I seek the career for me.
guide my path as I seek the career for me.
Now move to the southwestern candle. And which color candle is it?
The orange one.
Ring the bell loudly 3 times and light that candle too. Repeat after me. May the powers of charisma support my journey as I seek the career for me. And we're going to move to the third candle now and repeat the process. Okay, and repeat after me. May the powers of wisdom support my journey as I seek the career for me. Now that all 3 candles are lit, return to the center of the circle and close your eyes. And take a moment to visualize as clearly as possible the job you're looking for. And when you have the clear picture in your mind, raise your arms above your head and say, I place my intention of a new job into the hands of the universe. May the spirits of fortune, luck, and perseverance look with favor upon me. So mote it be. And to conclude the ritual, extinguish your candles, beginning with the one you lit last and ending with the one you lit first. And now walk 3 times around your circle again, but this time counterclockwise. And repeat after me.
Okay.
The magic is done and the circle is open. May all who gathered here depart in peace as friends. And may the universe grant me my intention of a new job. So mote it be. Okay, once you finish your 3rd lap, you are done.
Hi, Freddy.
Oh, Freddy's helicoptering. He's excited.
Careful. Hey, careful.
Now he's trying to eat a candle. So now we've gotten Cheryl's spell all cast to get her a new job. And we'll move on to my spell here. I wanted to do a spell to make more success in my freelance side business art career. Selling art has sort of taken a downturn in the last year for me and a whole lot of other artists, so I figure I'm going to take the step into witchcraft to get ahead of the game.
Chris's witchcraft last time went very well.
Mm-hmm.
It did go pretty well last time.
I got them witchy powers.
Mm-hmm.
Got them witchy powers.
So I'm going to draw a sigil of the sun and Jupiter on 2 sides of a piece of parchment paper. And now that I have that drawn up, I need to recite this spell. My iron will, my patient skill, within this talisman instill, that I may fare successfully, as I will, so mote it be.
How very Shakespearean.
I'm very Shakespearean.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney's eyes bugged out.
It was too much.
I gotta get the attention of the spirits.
I mean, like politely though. Gotta be like, hey, spirits.
Politeness only gets you so far.
Mm-hmm.
There's no success like excess, Sydney.
Scrunchy face.
Then attach the sigil that I drew to an object associated with my work and keep them both on your altar together. So I put it on my drawing tablet in my studio, my little home studio, and I think it should start doing its work any moment now.
Excellent. Do you feel $9 million richer yet?
No, I was just thinking, what if he did it wrong and then he loses all his art in a flood?
It is the 2nd floor.
Big flood.
We'll all be dead.
So now we're on to the predictions section of our New Year's show. Last year, Sheryl had gotten us psychic readings for all 3 of us to tell us what we would make happen in the year 2023.
Excellent.
Now that it's nearing the end of 2023, we can see how many of these come true. We have a few, well, we're recording this at the start of December, so we still got a few weeks left to see if any of these come true.
Well, we said Happy New Year in the opening.
Yeah.
But it's not even Happy New Year
This
yet.
gets released in the new year.
It will be in the new year.
All right.
You know how time works, right?
I'm just saying, you're like, I thought that we were fake pretending it was the New Year. I just thought we were doing lies.
We don't start off these episodes with hello in the future.
Maybe we should.
Next time.
Next time.
I'll read these in order of the readings that we had done last year.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, Cheryl had read the psychic reading she had gotten from me. The first one was that I would make a breakthrough in making financial gains in the summertime.
And did that happen?
It did not happen. In fact, I had some pretty bummer art shows in the summertime.
Yeah.
But everyone did because it's a trash economy.
I mean, maybe, like, I could have made nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, you could have made nothing.
I made better than nothing. So.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Quit being such a negative Nancy.
But the psychic said I would not make the money in a traditional way, which is why Sydney thought I would become a secret gambler.
Yeah, which I haven't been proven wrong.
I don't think crypto, though, is gambling.
Crypto is a little bit gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney's a huge fan of being unable to prove a negative, being proof
Love it. It's my
of
favorite.
her predictions.
Yes. It's the way to go.
You should get a job as a psychic.
I think I'm just still in that side curious range.
Fair.
Flashback to Sydney's Psychic Detection Agency. Season 1.
I did not solve that crime.
You should try some other ones. Sometimes they offer rewards for solving like a murder or missing person or finding a violent offender. That could be how you make your $9 million.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not the kind of thing you want to try and find out you're bad at it because of graping families.
It's fine. That's what happened to Sylvia Brown. She was still popular.
So from my readings, we went to Sydney's readings. And here's a point where Sheryl and I, this is a callback to our bioresonance episode we recently did. We need to apologize to Sydney because in our January episode last year, she explicitly told us we're not allowed to take her hairs and send them to people.
I had a premonition. And what did you do with my hairs? I not only had a premonition, I specifically said, don't take my hairs and send them to people. You've been putting my hairs in the mail. You've been sending them all around the town.
Technically only
The
to
world.
Ireland, but...
I do want to go to Ireland.
Well,
so.
your hair's been there now.
So we apologize for going against your boundary.
Your apology is not accepted. Grovel.
We have promised not to put your hair in the mail.
That
ever
just leaves a
again.
lot of room for other... Just don't take my hairs. These are my hairs.
But you leave
We
them
won't
everywhere.
take your hairs.
You don't worry about where I leave my hairs. Worry about your own hairs.
But
Criminals. Hair criminals.
into the actual prediction here. Sydney, you're going to need to get clear on what you want from your future relationships, or you should have done that
Did not
starting
get
in
clear.
January.
I didn't do it.
You didn't think about what you wanted in terms of relationships with people.
I feel like I just was clear on that. What I wanted was not to have a relationship. I'm not even taking care of me. I don't have time to take care of you.
You were also supposed to take things slow before jumping into something new. How slow have you been taking things, Sydney?
Like average? I don't know. Have I done anything new? I don't think I have.
That's very slow then.
It's pretty slow, I guess.
In the second half of the year, so I guess since June, you were supposed to have new romantic opportunities. Boys in waiting,
No.
blowing up your DMs.
No. Actually, someone did message me on Instagram for like sugar daddy relationship situation, and I wrote back and said I can only accept payment in sheep, and they blocked me.
Oh. Well, it was close.
Could have got your 9 million right there.
Yeah.
In sheep.
Yeah.
I think that's about as much as I got on the romantic front.
Uh-huh.
I also think he
It
was
counts.
a scammer. It just seemed like maybe it was a scam.
I mean, if I was a sugar daddy, I'd probably just reach out to random ladies on Instagram too.
Just weird.
How would you go about being a sugar mama?
I would just, first of all, keep all my money to myself. So, like a dragon. I would be a wealth hoarder.
You would become the problem.
But with more pigs.
But don't dragons eat pigs?
Barbecue.
No.
You'll experience tranquility and harmony in your future relationship.
Real harmonious with myself. It's working out real good.
How are things going with the sugar daddy?
He blocked me.
Oh.
So,
He didn't unblock you and apologize?
no.
Wanted-
Which I did feel was rude.
Don't you think, though, him blocking you is harmony? You don't have to deal with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this time last year, when we were recording, you did have a dream about bears, and we told you to be on the lookout for men resembling bears.
I've
Big-
not seen any man bears.
Yes, you have.
There was not a man bear at the
Furry convention. Yes, there was.
Whatever.
There was a panda man.
I didn't see him. I said I have not seen any man bears, and I don't remember seeing a panda guy. I just remember that dragon.
How many walls did you walk into at the furry convention with your eyes closed?
You don't worry about yourself.
I still remember us being in the stairwell, and those people didn't know if we could go through the door or not. And we were right behind them, and we had gone through that very same door, and you didn't speak up at all. You're perfectly fine getting trapped in a stairwell with a bunch of furries.
We would still be there if it was on me. We would still be there.
You knew the way out,
I was afeared.
and you
Of
didn't
what?
help at all.
Strangers.
I was a stranger.
Yeah, and it was horrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we move on to the psychic readings that Sheryl had gotten for herself. And these ones were more detailed, less vague like Sydney's and I's. It was broken down by month, so I'll go into the months here.
Yeah, how come you got such a better one?
I just picked 3 at random, and I picked mine. I think it was the middle price range, and it just happened to be this woman did her reading like this. No clue.
So January, you were supposed to be joyous and happy.
I can't remember. Probably was. It's New Year's. Yeah.
February, you either would move into a new home or maybe a new career opportunity.
0 of that happened.
We're still in the same home.
And I mean, I switched jobs, but much, much later in the year.
March, every area of your life speeds up and you feel drive and passion in your work and personal life.
Did not happen. I was starting to feel a little off-put with my job. The opposite.
April, you rekindle the spark with your partner.
Cannot confirm or deny that statement.
Believe that's when we went on our honeymoon.
It sure is.
So that's kind of tiny 1%.
Well, I would.
We were already sparky.
Yes, I was gonna say, I don't know how much detail your sister wants to hear about our spark in our relationship.
I'm good.
You're sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
In May, you achieve financial independence. Lots of money coming in at this time.
Financial independence from you?
All you said was financial independence.
Interesting. I mean, I was getting paid more back then, so kind of accurate?
June was supposed to be much like May.
Okay.
July, a change in your life will occur, and it may have to do with love or relationships.
Don't recall any.
No.
No. 0 things?
August, a new growth phase with a pull towards education.
I mean, I definitely went back to school.
September, any situations causing you stress come to a close this month.
New fence was built! Hooray!
It won't blow over in the wind.
That's right.
October, new beginnings will ignite a fiery passion in you to bring to life an idea or vision, and you'll be successful in it.
Well, I wasn't really successful in any visions in October per se, but I guess it didn't specify when. So you could argue that my new job and applying for more jobs may lead to success. It just doesn't specify when.
In November, you'll feel triggered when someone from a past emotional relationship will try to make their way back into your life.
December?
November, he said.
I know, but something in December occurred that was semi along that line. I was definitely triggered by a past relationship, but that was definitely December.
And they weren't.
They were not trying to come back into my life.
And for December, which we, as of time of this recording, we got a couple weeks left, you'll be moving on in life independently. This is when we were talking about it. Sounds a lot like divorce.
Yeah.
It'll be the end of a love situation, but after an intense and conflicting time, you'll feel at peace with your decision.
I can't even try to think of a way to make that vaguely fit any situation. It would be very sad to have gone on your honeymoon in April and then get a divorce in December.
It happens.
I'm sure it does.
Like, you hear those celebrity stories?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta do all the travel, and then it's like, what's left? So, like, that's pretty good for me. Let's do the trip and then just, like, cut our losses, not be miserable for 10
I
years.
see.
So with Sydney's sugar daddy situation, I think her predictions came out the most accurate.
Good job, Sydney.
Well, he just sent one message and then would not pay me in Sheeb, so I don't know
Sydney's
about
got
that.
her price future sugar daddies.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're going to wrap up the episode with our predictions. I'll start with the predictions from last year that we had all made. and I'll cover how true those predictions were.
Okay.
And then we'll come up with our own predictions for 2024. Sydney's playing with the digger stick.
I just wanted to hold it.
So Sydney made her predictions first. You said you would pat more animals.
I patted some animals.
You also said you'd still be miserable.
I'm not actually that miserable.
You'd also
Get
say,
yourself a lamp. Get yourself a bunch of lamps.
along the lines of wealth, you said the rich will stay richer and the poor would get poorer.
Yep. Inflation is ruining everything. Welcome to late stage capitalism.
It's true. According to the stats in Canada this past year, it was the fastest increase for the divide between the lowest class people and the highest class.
Wow, well done.
So at this point, Sheryl and I had told you that you had to make actual real predictions.
I don't like to make predictions because I don't like to be wrong, and I feel like you don't respect that about me.
That you don't like to be wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we can see how right you were. Your first was that Starlink would fall out of the sky.
Hasn't happened yet.
No.
Actually, in February, due to a geomagnetic storm, 40 of the first generation Starlink satellites fell in a spectacular fashion. It was all over social media and went viral
Boom.
because they all fell down in a big row.
Called it.
And you were afraid about being wrong.
Yeah. Should have more belief in myself.
Uh-huh.
Also, earlier this year, a bunch of the version 2 of the satellites were launched up, and a whole lot of them had defects. They had to send down one on purpose, and they're still deciding on what to do with about 27 of the other ones.
Wow.
Should we be worried about space garbage?
Probably.
I'm worried about Earth garbage. I can't take on more worry about space garbage.
So, I have an answer for you on that question you just posed.
Okay.
So, there's about 5,000 Starlink satellites up right now, and Elon's just sending more and more up.
Mm-hmm.
In October of this year, the FAA predicted that due to errors in SpaceX's satellites and how much they're sort of overstating how well they're doing with manufacturing and getting them all up there, the FAA predicts that by 2035, there's a 60% chance of SpaceX debris falling down and killing someone.
That's high. That's real. 60% when you consider the ocean?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really high.
Yeah.
Why are we letting this guy just put all these things in the sky?
Because he's rich.
Because he overstated how well it would all work out. Just to give you a point of reference, before that, you had about a 2% chance of getting hit by space debris.
I didn't know you had any chance.
Oh, there was always this chance.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you for the nightmare fuel.
You're welcome.
You asked.
2033, you just don't go outside anymore.
Or if I don't want to pay rent, then I do go outside.
Oh, that's right.
So, your second prediction was that the UCP gets voted out of office.
Did not happen.
No. Zero
Oof,
occurrences.
that one stings.
We'll move on to Cheryl's predictions. Your first prediction was that Putin would be assassinated.
Did not happen. Damn.
In May, Putin claimed that Ukraine did try to assassinate him with a drone, but the claim is largely unsubstantiated. It was mostly likely propaganda.
100% it was propaganda.
But in June, Russia's mercenary group Wagner started marching on Moscow.
That
They
was
intended
wild.
to take over
Ah,
the
interesting.
government.
That was pretty crazy.
And I think they came super close to Moscow by the end. Putin was in his personal jet. He had bailed.
Wow.
Yeah.
And at that point, they managed to work out a deal with the Wagner mercenary group.
Mm-hmm.
And then in late August, the leader of the mercenary group and a bunch of the key figures in the group mysteriously all died together in a plane crash.
Oh, magic.
Super mysterious.
So I'd say with the mercenary group, you came really close
I
to
did.
something happening to Putin. You had also predicted a new species of tropical bird would be discovered.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of birds discovered.
Yep.
But I'll bring up two of them. 2 new species of poisonous birds were found.
Nice.
That's cool.
The rufous-naped bellbird
Okay.
and the regent whistler, and these are both in New Guinea.
Nice.
They carry a powerful neurotoxin that's the same that's found in poison dart frogs. Neurotoxin that by forcing sodium channels in skeletal muscle tissue to remain open can cause violent convulsions and ultimately death.
Nice. Good job, birds.
How did they inject it at you?
Well, even just touching them The locals are not fond of the birds and they steer clear of them.
Mm-hmm.
When they've tried eating them, their meat burns in the mouth like chili.
Ooh.
And that's how researchers became aware of these birds in the first place.
Ah.
And the toxin can even be felt while holding on to one of them. They say it feels kind of unpleasant, and they predicted this could indicate that the poison serves them as a deterrence of those who would want to eat them to some degree.
Excellent. But we've decided they're spicy and they'll become the next KFC.
Probably.
Yeah.
Until someone dies.
Uh-huh.
When their heart stops.
We already feed people fatty food and their hearts stop because of it all the time.
So my predictions were that Marvel would make an entirely AI-generated comic. AI is not there yet, so they didn't.
Okay.
But
AI is still working on hands.
Marvel got in big kerfuffle with people because in their Secret Invasion TV show, they used AI in the opening title sequence.
Oh.
But
For
that's
what?
about as close as they got. My other prediction was that climate change would force the permanent evacuation of a town or city, which did not happen. But in the US, in the past couple years, they've had to displace temporarily about 3 million people over the year.
Wow.
In the previous 2 decades, the average was about 800,000.
Jeez.
So it's almost tripled the
Getting
amount
up
of
there.
people have to move out of the way of hurricanes.
Yeah. We're not even psychic and we can make some pretty good predictions.
We're doing way better than psychics.
Yeah.
We should do that next year. We make a prediction for each other.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wrap things up with our predictions for 2024.
Can I ask ChatGPT
Sure.
to make me a prediction?
If you want.
Yep. But if you're correct, we give ChatGPT all the credit.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to predict with the advancement of AI tools, we're going to see a giant hoax get played on a lot of people that news sources take as correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Maybe something like on the level of like War of the Worlds where like people actually panic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to predict that the housing crisis gets worse and worse and worse until we're all homeless.
Well, Chris and I won't be homeless.
I'm going to predict...
Not until we're all homeless in 2024, but just like eventually. Or am I limited to only a 1-year prediction?
We're doing about 2 predictions for the next year.
Only for the next year.
Yeah, because we review them at the end of the year. Otherwise, I could predict that the sun will consume all of its hydrogen fuel,
Well, I've
start consuming
always
its helium, and turning
predicted
into a
that,
red
so.
giant.
I already predicted that. I'm going to predict that Costco is just real good still. Just real good stuff.
Costco, please sponsor our podcast.
Please sponsor my entire life, Costco.
Ooh, I'm going to borrow someone else's prediction, but there's a lot of talk around like why Elon Musk is so crazy now. And I think it's going to come out true that Elon Musk is going crazy now because he tried his Neuralink device and it fried his brain.
Ooh. That thing that he was putting in monkeys.
Yeah. And he lied about the monkey results.
The monkeys didn't have a good time.
Nope.
Well, next year's the Bitcoin halving, so I need about a year out from that for my crypto predictions, because usually it hits its all-time high. Yeah, I'll double down on that. Within a year after the halving, I think that Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high.
So wait, the halving happens next year.
Sometime next year, yeah.
Then a year after that.
Within a year after that.
Within a year. So by the time we record our next January episode, you're saying?
We'll have a good idea of
Okay.
if I'm right or not.
It'll hit all times highs.
It might not hit it by then, but it'll hit it within a year.
What it'll hit by the time we record next. So we can tell you how wrong or right you are.
160,000.
160,000. All right. You did one. We want 2.
I did another one. I don't remember what it was.
That we'd all be homeless because housing prices.
I think the housing crisis will get worse.
Okay. So that's what you're going to go with.
Yeah.
How worse?
Real bad worse.
So everyone's on the street?
I think we have a deficit of like 600,000 houses or something right now, don't we? We're real short on houses, and I predict we'll be shorter on houses. Put that in your soup and eat it.
Okay.
Well,
What are your thoughts on 2024, Sheryl?
I'm going to guess that a product that we have been commonly using for many, many years, maybe a cleaner or air freshener or just something that's normally benign, is going to be revealed as being a major cause of cancer. I also...
It's gonna be soap.
Yeah, well, it's going to be something. something that they've just been covering up for a very, very long time, and no one has been able to figure it out. Also going to predict that... No, I'm gonna continue with bird predictions. I'm gonna say that a species of bird that was supposed to have been extinct is discovered alive. There's evidence that it's still in existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Any particular region of the world you're gonna put your money on?
I mean, I'm still under the hope that the ivory-billed woodpecker will be shown to be still alive. There was some apparent possible footage of it from before Hurricane Katrina. And then Hurricane Katrina hit, and nobody has seen anything of it since, but I'm hoping it hunkered down somewhere and we'll find a few, something like that.
Some doom, some gloom.
Yeah, and some birds.
Some birds.
Some birds. Always bird predictions.
A deep-fried billionaire's brain.
Uh-huh.
All predictions for 2024. We shall see how correct we are when we cover our predictions again next year.
And if our spells have been fruitful.
Right.
Well, if I win $9 million, I'm not telling nobody, but there will be signs.
You won't do the podcast anymore?
Worry about yourself. Or maybe I'll do it full time because I don't have to do anything for money.
That's true.
Would you come in here like leading 8 pigs on little leashes around you?
Yeah.
Like a crazy pig lady?
I don't know if you can walk pigs on leashes. I
Yes,
don't know
you
if
can.
they like it. Do they like it?
I don't know if they like it, but I don't think the dog likes it either, so.
Well, that wraps up our New Year's episode. Hopefully all of you are having good New Year's and you're doing your own magical spells to make things happen for you. If not, I hope everything that you are hoping for comes true. Lose that weight, get that new job, become stronger, more powerful.
Find that ivory-billed woodpecker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheryl's counting on you.
It's true.
I mean, we can try, but we can only cover so much ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is one of your hosts, Chris, signing off.
This is Sheryl wishing everyone a happy 2024.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to today's very special episode of the I Went Outside Today podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, spread the joy and share us with your friends or leave a review.
If you really enjoy our podcast and you want to support us in doing more episodes, consider donating to our Patreon or leave us suggestions in the comment section on our website or social media. Or you can email us at iwentoutsidepod@gmail.com.
And make sure you follow us on our social medias. We got Twitter. We got Facebook. We don't got Snapchat because that's for creeps.
We don't have Twitter.
We don't have Twitter.
Facebook and Instagram.
We got Facebook,
Oh,
Insta.
fuck. Okay. We're not going to do it again. It's not going to be as good. Why don't we have Twitter? We got Facebook. We got Instagram. And you can see all our photos and adventures that don't get turned into episodes because every day of our life is an adventure. Bye.